Thank you. Senator Marshall.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning to our witnesses and welcome. Thank you for agreeing to be considered for this job, and we wish you both the very, very best. Maybe we'll start with Mr. Greenstein. Will you, in the One Big Beautiful Bill, there's some tax credits that could really help several different groups get our economy going. Will you be involved at all in writing any of those rules?
Senator Marshall, thank you very much for that question. Also, thank you again for the time. It was great to meet last month. I share your and your constituents' focus. Unfortunately, I will not be involved in that aspect.
Who at Treasury does write those rules?
I would refer you to the Office of Tax Policy.
Okay. All right, thanks. The 45Z is really important to our farmers, and we need to get that one rolling. So it's going to allow us to turn corn into jet fuel, something great for the economy as well as ecology as well. Then I'll turn to Mr. Korb for a second as well. Mr. Korb, are you familiar? And forgive me, some people have asked this question already, but are you familiar with Revenue Ruling 2024-14? It addresses challenges specific partnership-related basis shifting transactions. Are you familiar with it?
Thank you for that question. Again, I'd like to thank you for the nice meeting we had in your office. I really appreciate that. And it has been asked already here, and I am aware of it. I understand. I've studied. That's one area I knew that would come up in the hearing, so I have studied that.
Okay.
And I plan to work with the tax policy folks at Treasury to work through the issues. Okay.
Would you agree with me that it blew past the limits of the economic substance doctrine, that it's fostered confusion and uncertainty for law-abiding taxpayers, and most importantly, that it's created a weapon for selective enforcement by the Biden administration?
Well, it is interesting how the Biden administration focused on the economic substance doctrine that was enshrined in the code after I was chief counsel. My focus during my time was to use the judicial doctrine, and as I understand it, that is still viable. So I don't understand, to be honest, since I don't have any of these cases, I don't understand exactly how they're using it, but I certainly want to find out and work through that issue.
Can you speak to how the Biden administration weaponized this against certain groups?
Well, I think what they did, yes, they decided, that, as near as I can tell, to go after certain partnerships, and the audit program that they developed did target specific partnership, no question about it.
Okay. Will you commit to rescinding this ruling and restore fairness and predictability to tax enforcement?
Well, what I will commit to do is working with the tax policy folks at Treasury, getting fully briefed on this, and helping them reach a decision on what to do next. I will obviously commit to that.
Can you kind of outline what those steps look like in a little bit more specifically, and then how can you communicate to Congress those steps?
Well, the way the process works, at least it did the last couple times I've been at the IRS, is the Office of Chief Counsel has about 600 lawyers in the national office who work with the 40 or 50 lawyers in the Office of Tax Policy at Treasury to develop the rules. It goes through a very rigorous process, a lot of review, a lot of back and forth. I think I mentioned to you, I've known the Assistant Secretary for Tax Policy, Ken Keyes, for over 40 years. And we are looking forward to working together in government for the first time. And there will be no daylight between us, as sometimes happens between the two buildings, not in our case. And we will work through it logically. I really can't tell you what's going to happen because I'm not there, and I don't have all the facts, all the, I'm relying on what you said, relying on what the media reports are, and so I really have to get in there and use my own judgment after I understand all of that.
Thank you. Mr. Greenstein, let's finish up with you. Just take a moment. if there's anything you wanted to clear up or didn't get a chance to finish any statements earlier today that you got cut off, I'll give you time to do that, or otherwise, maybe just talk about the challenges and the opportunities in your new job.
Senator Marshall, thank you very much for that opportunity and that question. If confirmed, I just want to make very clear how excited I am to use the position to promote President Trump's America First agenda and the interests of American workers, American business in the international space, whether that's at the G7, the G20, through the IMF, or with the Financial Stability Board. Thank you, though.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It looks like I'm your last dance partner today. Thank you.
That's right, Senator Marshall. You get to do wrap-up, or you got to do wrap-up, and now I will do the finish-up. That does conclude the questioning, and I want to again thank both of our nominees for being here today and your participation in this hearing. I also want to thank you for your willingness to step up and serve. Getting into public service these days is sometimes a little bit of a brutal process. And I appreciate the fact that you're willing to step up and help us in the respective positions that you've been nominated for to help do the right things for America. And just thank you for your willingness to serve. You're both very clearly qualified to serve in the positions to which you've been nominated.
During a Senate Finance Committee hearing on Wednesday, Senator Roger Marshall, Republican Kansas, pressed President Trump's nominee to be IRS Chief Counsel, Donald Korb, about IRS Rule 2024-14. Marshall emphasized the importance of Tax Credit 45Z, which would allow farmers to convert corn into jet fuel, describing it as a boost to both the economy and the environment. He asked nominee Jay Greenstein if he would have any role in drafting the rules tied to such credits, but Greenstein clarified that the responsibility lies with the Treasury's Office of Tax Policy. Attention then shifted to Korb, with Marshall questioning him about Revenue Ruling 2024-14, which deals with complex partnership basis-shifting transactions. Korb confirmed he had studied the matter in preparation for the hearing and planned to work closely with Treasury's tax policy officials to address ongoing issues. Marshall criticized the ruling, saying it exceeded the scope of the economic substance doctrine, created uncertainty for law-abiding taxpayers, and allowed the Biden administration to selectively enforce tax policy. Korb noted that the doctrine had long been part of the tax code, but said he would need to fully review how it had been applied before drawing conclusions. When asked if the rule had been weaponized against certain groups, Korb acknowledged that specific partnerships were indeed targeted under the audit program. However, he stopped short of promising to rescind the ruling, instead committing to a thorough review with Treasury officials before deciding on next steps. Korb also explained the process by which tax rules are developed, highlighting the collaboration between IRS counsel and Treasury lawyers. He expressed confidence in his long-standing working relationship with Assistant Secretary for Tax Policy Ken Keyes, promising cooperation between the two offices if confirmed. The hearing ended with Greenstein reaffirming his commitment to advancing President Trump's America First economic agenda in international financial institutions. Committee leaders thanked both nominees for their willingness to serve and endure the challenges of public service.